Okay, we got the trusty drone charged up and ready to go. And what we're going to do is we're going to send it out, and I'm going to see if I can find my bridge. Doubtful, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. Okay, so this is some footage here. This is when we're taking off with the drone. Daniel hand launched it for me. I had him go outside and I shot from the inside. It looks pretty nice, doesn't it, man?
Yeah, it does.
Kind of like I like the snow and everything. This will be the only artistic shot of this whole video, because the rest of it's just following down the river. So here we are going by our neighbor Dave. So I'm just past my point of where our bridge was, and I keep looking up with the camera because I want to make sure I'm not going to run into any trees. So, because the drone was at about 112 feet, and some of those trees are about 110, but some of them might be on the embankment, so they're slightly taller. You don't want to run into a tree, right?
Yeah.
No, that'd be a bad plan.
Yeah, it would.
Dave also lost his bridge, so his bridge was about where I just passed over right then. So I was looking in this area here just to see if I could spot his bridge flipped upside down in here, or mine stuck to it, or who knows what. Because at this point we don't have any earthly idea where any of the bridges really could be. So they could be right where the bridges were, but they could have been flipped upside down and covered with rocks at this point. So we're looking for disturbances in the water or anything like that. See that bridge there? That one's the bridge going across the river to De Niro's house. That was another spot that we were hoping it wouldn't bottleneck at. We didn't figure they would, because generally bridges tend to go straight down the river like a boat. There goes Dave's van. So anytime we'd see a disturbance in there, we're looking to see if there's, a bridge there, or what, like a giant boulder, or
Yeah,
who knows what
anything
in there.
that looks like a bridge, at least. Hopefully finding it.
And here's where the river splits. So we knew it probably wasn't going to be down the small, thin one, so I figured I would go down the fatter side first. And that's when I noticed something. You can just barely make out two pieces of something. And they're lined right up like two parked battleships, which is pretty impressive considering they made it all the way down the river and then stopped at that point, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
So I was coming in for a closer look because I want to make sure that if we had to do the foot trekking in there, that we ended up foot trekking in there for bridges and not for old logs.
Yep.
So I got the thing into position more, and then I'm kind of looking around. You notice the camera bounces up and down, and that's basically because there's no obstacle avoidance on the Phantom 3. So unlike the Phantom 4, if I run into a tree, I'm just going to crash. With the Phantom 4, at least the Phantom 4 can tell you you're going to run into a tree. So, yeah. So at this point, 100% determined that these are in fact our bridges. So now I was sort of looking just for a damage assessment to see if it was worth recovering them or just letting them stay. And from this point of view, it looked like they're in pretty decent shape. I was pretty psyched, because that's a lot of lumber there. So our bridge is the smaller one on the left, and Dave's was the bigger one on the right. So I flipped the camera up to orient myself. On the right-hand side, our neighbor Susan. That's her house, and part of her yard was really close to the edge of that. So we walked over to her place and asked her if we could winch across and park the bridges over on her yard and then go across the lawn with it. But with the RTV, because we wanted to use the RTV to drag the things out. And then you can see I'm lifting up a little bit to get a better idea where we were initially. So that little corner piece that's in the right hand side, that's where we backed the RTV down to. And then we hooked up some cables, and that's how we're going to drag them up and out. But we're not moving them until tomorrow, because the ground wasn't quite thawed enough, and we didn't want to tear everything up and completely destroy everything that was around there. Yeah?
Yep.
Alright. Here is our bridge. Nice, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, Ted. So it somehow managed to make it up and over the top of that, and then just drop down in here without
off unscathed. Oddly enough, that's
Amazing.
crazy. Dave's bridge is in a little bit worse of a predicament. I think we might be able to get his out of there. If we could talk to the neighbors up here, see if we can extract it from there maybe.